Bo, it's Nora. Bo, if you're there, will you pick up, please? Bo, look, I know that you're angry, but you asked for my legal advice, and I gave you a most honest answer.
Was she with you?
I'll call you back. Excuse me, Mr. DA. This is my office, and I happen to be very busy.
Look, this is about our daughter. Did Rachel spend the night with you?
Of course not. The way you treated her at Rhodey's, I figured you had her locked up in her room for the night.
Well, she snuck out and never came home.
Well, it serves you right.
I mean, what are you talking about? Rachel could be out there anywhere.
Take a breath, Hank. If I know Rachel, she's probably just gone and stayed the night at a friend's house to teach you a lesson.
Oh, you think so? Well, if that friend turns out to be Kevin Buchanan, Rachel is the one who's going to get a lesson. And I mean one that she will never forget.
What the hell is going on here?
Dad?
Never mind, it's a dumb question. It's pretty obvious what's going on here.
Dad, it's not what
I'll deal with you later, young man. Rachel, I think you better get yourself together and go home. Now.
Beautiful. Did you hear that, Mrs. Dupree? Mother doesn't toss out compliments like that very often.
I wasn't just referring to your going-away suit, although it's lovely. I was thinking about my beautiful daughter. You're going to be the perfect bride at the perfect wedding. Oh, and I think of the damage that Blair is going to do.
Oh, Mother, not again. I told you I don't want to
The
talk.
most hated woman in town, and you still invite her to your wedding.
She's my cousin. Also my boss. Also my friend.
Some friend, after all the harm she's done.
People change.
Snakes shed their skin. They're still snakes.
You know, Mother, I'm giving Blair the benefit of the doubt. I've given it to you on more times than I can remember.
I'm your mother. Well, we've come to trust each other. I want you to listen to me before it's too late. Blair is using you, Cassie. You are the only friend she has left. She can't afford to lose you. Darling, I'm warning you. She's going to turn on you as soon as it's in her own interest. So beat her to the punch and drop her now.
Goodness me, my ears are burning. Did someone mention my name?
If you look around, you'll see all we did was stay up all night talking and have a junk food binge.
I have eyes. I can see what was going on.
You see what you want to see.
It's okay, Kevin. I'm going.
No, not just because he's reading into things.
No, I want to go home.
All right. I'll call you later, okay?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Buchanan. We just fell asleep. There is absolutely nothing to be sorry about, sweetheart. Nothing.
Nothing to be sorry about?
No.
Didn't you see what I just saw?
Yes, Kevin is trying to explain to
Nothing
you.
happened, Dad. Even if something had, I'm not a kid anymore. In fact, I've got one of my own, remember?
Oh, and that makes you an adult? From the way you've been handling your private life, I would say there's a lot to be desired.
Oh, and your private life is just peachy, right, Dad?
You watch your mouth. I won't be talked to like that.
Well, join the club. I don't want to be talked to like I'm a little kid. I'll be damned if I'm going to let you talk to Rachel like she's hired help.
Kevin? Thanks for backing me up.
Oh, Clint, you didn't even give him a chance to explain.
Did you or did you not see our son asleep on the floor with Hank Gannon's daughter?
Yes, I saw them. They were asleep.
And that doesn't bother you?
Kevin said it was harmless.
Vicky, for Pete's sake, anyone could have walked in on him. like little Jessica. Now, is that the way you want your little girl to be brought up, thinking that this house is some kind of a hotel?
With all the comings and goings around here, I wouldn't blame her.
Is that a shot at me?
No, it is not. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Yes, you did mean it. You know, instead of looking at Kevin's mistakes, you're turning this whole thing around and making me out to be the problem.
Clint, I think you are rushing to judgment here. I think if Rachel weren't Hank Gannon's daughter, you wouldn't be nearly so upset.
What the hell does Hank Gannon have to do with this?
Well, I know perfectly well that you and Bo and Ace have all had go-rounds with Hank this year, and for you to take it out on his daughter is unfair.
I'm trying to talk about Kevin. Just Kevin. But I can see that's impossible. You are looking for a fight.
No, I am not. If anyone is fighting, it's you.
Yes, I am fighting for our marriage. You know, Vicky, we used to be so close. So connected. I could finish your sentences for you. I could read your thoughts. But lately, it's like you're talking a foreign language. How did this happen to us? What is happening to us?
Organization lost without it.
You're really getting into this,
Yeah,
huh?
well, I'm living. Every day, every moment, I've been locked for too long, locked in neutral, waiting.
Waiting for Vicky.
I let go. She'll never leave, Clint.
Well, Dad, it's one thing to say that, but I'm sure deep in your heart you're hoping that...
I hope that Vicky will be happy and that Clint can give that to her, and I shall go on with my life and not cause trouble in hers.
I admire the decision, General, but seems to me you may be causing some trouble for yourself.
What do you mean?
Well, if you're serious about this fresh start, you are sure to be the most eligible catch in Landview.
Oh, cut it out. You make me sound like a flounder.
Oh, you better get used to it. Better get used to it. Because I'll tell you, there are a lot of ladies on the sea, all with bait and hooks.
You're really enjoying this, aren't you? Your father a bachelor.
Yeah, kind of has a nice ring to it. Tell you what, when I'm a happily married gentleman, I shall lecture you on the intricacies of love.
Lord help me. I think I've lived too long.
Nope, you lived long enough to see your son find the woman of his dreams.
Well, for a while there, I thought it was a dream. You and Cassie took forever to wake up and realize you belonged together.
Well, that's fair enough. And every time we drifted apart, you were there bringing us back together. Now that the dream's about to come true, there is something that I have been meaning to ask you.
Something I forgot to put on the list.
No, it's not on any list. And, you know, if anybody had said a year ago that we would have ended up this close, you know, more than father and son, friends, I would have said, you know...
Impossible.
Impossible. But we made it possible. So, when Cassie and I are at the altar, I would like it if you would be my best man.
Andrew. You mean that? Yeah. I'd be honored. I would be honored.
If the two of you would stop staring daggers at each other, I need an opinion about this hem.
It's perfect.
I think it could be a little too long.
So much for objectivity.
Mrs. Dupree,
Do you have a pair of other shoes? I'd just like to try this with the higher heel.
Of course, Miss Callison. Come this way, will you? Excuse me, please.
There was nothing wrong with that hem. Do you just enjoy making trouble?
Doreen, I stopped by because Cassie invited me. I am not her enemy, and I don't want to be yours.
It's a little late for that.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, if Cassie can give me the chance to prove myself, to show that I have changed, why can't you?
You have it down to a science, don't you? You may have fooled Cassie, but not me.
I am not trying to fool anyone.
Save it, my dear niece. Cassie has a tender heart. She can't see the evil in other people, even if it's breathing down her neck. But my heart is very much like yours, tempered and tough. And I see exactly what you're trying to pull.
I am not trying to pull
Save it. My daughter's happiness is the most important thing in the world to me. So if you hurt her, if you make her cry one tear, I will grind you into the dirt with my own high heels. Understood?
Mrs.
anyone. Just so happens I am contesting the divorce.
Oh, Blair, don't make me laugh. You against Asa and his army of lawyers?
I have a lawyer, too. And he is confident that Asa will drop the hard line.
After you humiliated him?
Certain members of the Buchanan clan have begun to see my side of things.
Which members? Little Sarah and CJ? Oh. Have you been giving the little ones candy?
Cute. Let's just say that some Buchanans realize that I am as much a victim in all of this as Asa is. They will help me.
You are either delusional or you have duped another poor sucker. Who are these Buchanans you're so confident in?
Why, Dorian, I almost think you're worried. Well, you should be. I am not dead yet, as you're about to find out.
Mort, I found you. You know, the boss lady's been asking about you all morning long. Huh? Now, come on. She wants you.
And what about what I want?
What you... Oh, Renee Buchanan,
Mr. Hackman, I didn't just impersonate Carlo Hesse. I was Carlo Hesse. But Renee Buchanan couldn't bring herself to believe it.
And that's good.
Good.
For your health. See, we're trying to introduce you to town real slow and careful like. It's called, management control. And anyway, you know how Mrs. Hesse feels about this thing that you have for Renee Buchanan.
Mr. Hackman, it's not a thing. It's a grand passion.
Oh?
I have to prove to Renee that I am Carlo Hesse. And the only way to do that is to act like him. Do something that only he can do.
But Mort, that means you'd have to, break the law. Walk on the wild side, and that could leave you kind of, dead.
Renee Buchanan is worth the risk.
Yeah? Oh, well, I'll send flowers.
Kevin, I owe you an apology.
Not just me.
All right, then. I owe you and Rachel an apology. I didn't mean to be so abrupt.
We practically threw her out like she was a servant. I thought her father was the racist around here. I never thought that
Wait a minute. I am not a racist, and you know that. And I seriously doubt that Hank Gannon is a racist. You know, maybe we're just a couple fathers who are concerned and care about the kids.
Mom told me about what you said about Jessica possibly coming in here and seeing us, and I wouldn't have wanted that. I guess I could be a little bit more considerate to the other people that live here.
Well, I reckon everyone could be a little more considerate, Kevin. I'm sorry if I hurt Rachel's feelings. Please tell her that I am sorry that I was so, that I jumped to conclusions.
Well, I might not get a chance to do that. If her father has any say in this, I'll never see her again.
What do you say? Is this thing between you and Rachel turning into something serious?
This is serious, Nora. Come on, do you want your daughter involved with somebody like Kevin Buchanan? Someone that irresponsible, someone that careless, someone that... Look, for the last time, this is not about color. It is his character that I question, his and his family.
A little louder. They can't hear you in the parking lot.
Oh, Rachel. I'm sorry. Your father and I were just...
What do we have to be sorry about? You, young lady, have some explaining to do, like where you were last night.
Well, shouldn't you put me under oath first? I mean, isn't that how you cross-examine the accused, Mr. D.A.?
Rachel Lynn Gannon, I will not be disrespected by my own daughter. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Oh, I hear. The whole building can hear you. But can you hear me? I mean, for 5 seconds, can I just talk?
By all means. Starting with where you were last night.
You don't have to answer that.
Wait, what are you, her mother or her lawyer?
No, I can speak for myself. I was at Land Fair with Kevin. Oh, don't look like a grizzly bear. We just stayed up and talked, that's all. Just talked. And you know something? It was great. I love being with Kevin, but you can't handle that. You have to make it into something wrong, something to be ashamed of. Well, guess what, Daddy? I'm ashamed of you. My own father, the district attorney, the fighter of justice, and he's just another bigot.
That is not true, Rachel. Nora, you tell her. Come on, she listens to you. Rachel, I have never been a racist in my entire life.
There's always a first time.
What is this, gang up on Gannon Day? Come on, you guys. I have valid reasons for distrusting Kevin Buchanan.
I don't care about your reasons. I care about how you treat me and my friends. Can't you see that? If you can't change, then you're out of my life. Starting now.
Wait, Rachel, wait a minute, Rachel!
Well, I didn't plan for it to happen. I mean, I wasn't looking for anyone. I thought Leanne was the only... Well, you know. Rachel just came along. And our differences seem unimportant. It's what we have in common. We understand so much about each other without saying a word. Do you have any idea how good that feels?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
I knew you'd understand. I guess I was just a little worried about bringing it up.
Your mother said that I rushed to judgment.
Did you guys get into it after I left? The last thing in the world I want to do, Dad, is be the cause of the problems between you and Mom.
You are not the cause of this problem.
You remember when I was all broken up about Leanne? And you used to tell me, marriage, you got to work at it.
I still believe that. All I want to do is for your mother and me to get back to where we were before. And sometimes it seems like we're almost there, and then bam, we drift apart again.
You're not thinking about giving it up, are you?
Of course not. But it isn't going to help heal things between your mother and me if I use you as my whipping boy. You see, I took out my frustrations on you, Kevin. And I'm sorry for that. But if you can forgive me, I guarantee that I'll make it up to you. And Rachel.
Deal.
The maid said it was okay to come back.
Is this an official visit, Mr. Gannon?
Kevin knows what kind of business it is. If you don't mind, Clint, I'd like to talk to your son in private.
Sorry I kept you waiting so long. Well, mirror's not broken. No blood on the floor. Guess it's safe to say the two of you got along?
Well, let's just say that your mother and I had a few things to straighten out.
didn't we, Dory?
Some things are straighter than others. Some things are just born crooked. But I don't have to tell you that, do I, Blair?
I don't ask for much. Just that my family get along at least until my wedding.
I'm not going to be the one to give you any trouble.
Neither will I. Then I'm happy. So, I'm also starving because of trying on all those clothes. So what do you say that we all go out and get a quick snack?
Oh, you go on, dear. I have so many things to do before the bridal shower. It's too bad you won't be able to make it, Blair.
Oh, Dory, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Cassie, should we go for that snack?
Yes.
Okay. See you later, Mom.
Bye, darling.
Hey, sweet, I'll be right with you. What are you two doing here?
Well, Tina wasn't feeling too well. She's kind of under the weather, so we offered to stop by and pick up the bridesmaid's dress.
Oh, I hope she gets better. I mean, I hope she can make the shower tonight. Mrs. Dupree will be right back, and I'll see you ladies later.
Hey. Well, it's wonderful to see Cassie looking so happy.
Must be contagious. It's probably due to those wonderful carpenter men, Sloan and Andrew.
Dorian, don't let us keep you.
Oh, you're not, Renee. No, I was just on my way to see Andrew. Oh, he's such a wonderful boy. I can't wait to be able to call him son-in-law. And what a family that is. Especially his father. But then, I don't have to tell you that. Sloan is such a treasure. It's remarkable how he's managed to stay single all these years. But some women just don't know a good thing when they see one. Ciao.
Where's that woman? Mrs. Dupree. I don't have all day.
Darling, maybe now is not the time.
No, it's fine time. Tina needs to have her dress by tomorrow. Needs to know that it's going to fit. It's only going to take a minute. I'll go and get her.
Darling, this is not about Tina's dress, is it? I saw how you looked at Clint when I picked you up at Land Fair. Or should I say, didn't look at him.
We had a little disagreement about Kevin.
The atmosphere in the room was positively glacial. You guys haven't made any more progress, have you?
Mary, I have tried to forget about Sloan. I've tried to move on, but my feelings for him are more irrational and out of control than ever. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I think kids today need to learn responsibility. Mine have dish night, and they do a great job. So there's no food like little tomato seeds left stuck on the plate. They always pre-rinse, and they never overload.
No matter who does the dishes, Cascade does the dirty work. Dishes washed without sheeting action are left looking dirty, but Cascade with sheeting action gets them so clean they're virtually spotless.
Perfect. Every night should be dish night.
On a recent Tuesday morning, the toaster in the Davis household took over the Eggo waffles. Just a bizarre toaster malfunction? Or could that crisp Eggo taste be so irresistible that even the toaster won't let go? Maybe it finally wised up. Maybe it realized what a great taste it was giving up all these years. Or maybe...
Maybe I got a good deal on a trick toaster.
Eggo waffles from Kellogg's. Try fat-free Eggo Special K waffles, too.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Every night, his family thought he was going to work. He was, but as the gentleman bandit. Watch 2020 Friday.
Final warning. On Eyewitness News at 5 and at 6, the deadline approaches for the UN order, and there is movement in Iraq. Did Saddam blink? We'll have details. Plus, it's long been a life-saving drug for heart disease patients. Now the supply of nitroglycerin is running dangerously low. We'll tell you why. And he's an ordinary kid with a very special talent.
Encyclopedia. ACCDEEIONOPY.
Meet the guy they call Alphabet Man on Eyewitness News at 5 and at 6, right here on Channel 7.
Do you know the most profound truth in all of weight loss? It's only food. It has no power over you. That's what you'll discover with the new 12-week turnaround at Nutrisystem. You can lose up to 24 pounds But more important, we'll teach you how to create a whole new relationship with food.
The new 12-week turnaround is $99 plus the cost of meals. Call Nutrisystem now, 1-800-321-THIN.
Once you change the head, the body's easy.
They're attractive and they're smart, and they want to marry our American men. International Mail Order Bride. On the next Oprah. Today at 4, right here on Channel 7.
It's some of the craziest acts in the world on the next Live.
Do you remember the day that I came to see you instead of going to see Sloan?
Yep. Yep. You, I think, were trying to fight an impulse to run into him accidentally on purpose.
I lost the fight. I left you and I went straight to the country club. And I stood there practically spying on him. I cannot stop thinking about him. And to make matters worse, every time I run into him, Dorian is with him. And I get this feeling I'm jealous. And I cannot stand it. I cannot stand feeling this out of control over something.
Darling, you just have to take control.
I know that, but how? He is always in my thoughts, no matter what I do.
I don't know. Maybe you need to take the cure, you know? Just clear your head of Clint and Sloan. And take some time for yourself to figure things out, what you want, what's good for you. Not Sloan, not Clint, you.
I know you're right. I should, but I can't. The wedding is...
As soon as we have thrown the rice, Valos, get out of here. Go away, anywhere. Take charge again, darling. Please, for the sake of your marriage, most of all, for the sake of your peace of mind.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, I will do it. Well, now I know what I have to do. I just hope I have the courage to do it.
You know, Dad, it took a lot of courage to let go of Vicky. Trust your own powers.
What powers?
What powers? Like I said before, you're going to be the most eligible bachelor in Landview. Prepare for the onslaught, my friend. It's coming.
Andrew,
Aha!
What? It's so amusing.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Oh, Sloan, just wait till you see it. A few minor alterations and my dress looks better than it did yesterday.
Wow. That's wonderful. Let me get some more coffee. I'll see if there's any in the kitchen. Excuse me.
Your father can be so adorable sometimes.
Adorable. Well, now, I've heard him described as many things in my day, but adorable?
Andrew, let me get right to the point. Darling, I need your help.
With my father, I think you're making excellent progress without me.
No. With your bride-to-be. Now, we all know how warm and all-embracing Cassie can be, generous to a fault. But when it comes to Blair, that fault could be fatal.
Now, I know that you and Blair have fought. Now, is it necessary to drag Cassie into the middle of that?
This is all Blair's doing, not mine. She is using poor Cassie to give herself some legitimacy, hoping that others will foolishly take her side in this divorce scandal.
The way Cassie sees it is Blair is family.
Cassie tends to see only the good in people, while I, on the other hand, can spot a manipulative fraud a mile away. That's right. It takes one to know one. But she won't listen to me, Andrew. That's why you've got to talk to Cassie about this. Please talk to Cassie.
Talk to Cassie about what?
Cassie. Oh, I thought you and Blair were going to eat.
Yeah, we grabbed something at Wanda's, and Blair's meeting with some salesman about the spring collection. Mother, what are you talking about, or do I have to guess?
Well, there was a fresh pot. It's nice and hot. Oh, Cassie, you're here. Hi. No, I didn't bring enough cups.
Oh, yes, you did. Cassie can have mine.
Now, Mother, I'm not finished talking.
Darling, I brought Andrew the contract for the string quartet, and I've got to go and set up everything at Giorgio's for the shower. Oh, dear, I could use a new pair of hands. Sloan, could I borrow yours?
I'm really not much at bridal showers.
Oh, no, you don't have to stay. Just lend me some of your muscles to carry supplies.
All right, since it's for my future daughter-in-law.
Why not? Don't let that muscle go to waste.
Oh, as ever, the gentleman. Now, don't you be late, Cassie. This is going to be a memorable evening.
See you later.
Ta-ta. Bye.
Your mother's the most outrageous human being on the face of the earth.
She was talking to you about Blair, wasn't she?
Stop. Now, look, I'm going to share you with all those ladies at the shower tonight, so I want you all to myself right now,
Andrew,
okay?
I'm glad you brought this subject up because I need to ask you a favor. Be nice to Blair. No matter what my mother says, she deserves a chance.
You're not giving us a chance, Mr. Gannon. Just because your marriage didn't work out doesn't mean that Rachel...
Whoa, hold on here. Who's talking about marriage?
All right, don't blow a fuse here. Rachel and I are just starting out. But in a relationship, the same rules apply, right?
Right. Opposites attract. That's a rule. But it's also a rule that people from two different worlds are asking for trouble.
What, the white world and the black world?
No, Kevin. You know, you may not believe this, but this is not a racial thing with me. It's a family thing, and you are a Buchanan. You think and act and feel just like one. Now, Rachel is my one and only daughter, and I don't want her compromised or hurt. You understand?
Do you think I'd let anyone hurt her?
Oh, you wouldn't want it to happen, but it would. And sooner or later, there's gonna be a collision. Your lifestyle and Rachel's. Now, can you tell me that wouldn't hurt?
Maybe it will. But maybe this collision is gonna happen in any relationship, and maybe you can't protect her from that.
She is my daughter. I am here to protect her.
You've got to let her take some of her own bumps and bruises here, just like you did.
Oh, and now you are an expert on raising children.
She's your daughter, but she is not a child. Now, if you keep treating her like one, you're gonna drive her away. Why do you think she came here last night? To get away from you.
Yeah, and you were ready and willing to take her in, weren't you?
I care about Rachel, yes, and I think she feels the same way about me.
That's not enough.
Well, we think it is.
Well, you think wrong. Now, look. I came here with good intentions. I was hoping that you would do right by Rachel and listen to reason, but you are only proving my point. Once a Buchanan, always a Buchanan.
See, listening to reason to you is me doing what you say.
The bottom line is this. I will be damned if I let you hurt my daughter. Ever.
He just worries about you, that's all, sweetheart.
Well, he worries too much. I mean, just because the two of you... Forget it.
No, you're right. He just doesn't want you to suffer the way he and I did.
Things are different now. People don't care about interracial relationships.
They don't?
Okay, but Kevin and I can handle it.
All right, honey, maybe you can. But that kind of pressure can do so much damage to even the strongest of relationships. Take it from me, you know, your father and I didn't always bark and growl at each other.
It started with love, I know. But he doesn't remember. Why can't you remind him? Get him to realize that he's wrong about Kevin and me.
Tell Hank Gannon he's wrong about something?
Please, Mom, I really need your help.
It's nice to be needed. I haven't asked your old mom for a favor in a long time.
You're not old. You think younger than most of my other friends. And besides, you are the only one I can really talk to.
Say that again.
You're the only one I can...
No. If I didn't know better, I'd say that you called me your friend.
I'm really glad you decided to stay here.
So am I, honey. So am I. Cheers.
The things we do to control what we eat.
Now you can give in to your craving for snacks.
Yes, I know my husband let Sonny go, but that was a misunderstanding. Yes, this is Mrs. Asa Buchanan. I would like to speak to Sonny about coming back to work. No, I'm afraid it didn't work out with Mrs. Colfax. So if you could just give me Sonny's address and phone number, please. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. Got it. Thanks. Your agency's always been so reliable. All right. Bye-bye. Well, here's hoping that good old Sonny's as reliable and greedy as ever. After all, she saw Asa force himself on me, and if she swears to it, my dear husband, I'm going to have you right where I want you.
Come on, Rachel, be there. I need to talk to you.
Hello?
Rachel, it's Kevin.
Hi.
Man, am I glad you're there. Listen, first of all, I'm sorry about this morning.
No.
Now, I just want to make sure my dad wanted me to make sure that you understood.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I mean, my dad's just as bad, worse even.
Well, now that you mention it, guess who paid me a little visit this morning?
Oh, no.
He says we're from two different worlds, and he's convinced that I'm just gonna hurt you.
You didn't hit him, did you?
No, your dad's a little bigger than I am. But he listened.
And then?
Then it got hopeless. He's just not gonna give us a chance, Rachel.
It's not up to him or your father or anyone else. I just wish we could get away from them and everything, you know, just be alone together.
Well, why can't we?
Look, it was just an idea.
No, that was a good idea. That's a great idea. Why don't you pack your bags, Miss Gannon? You and I are going away for the weekend. Just you and I.
Don't argue with me, Alex, and do just as I tell you. Prepare for the big announcement. Carlo Hesser is back, and he's calling the shots now.
Okay. They said they were going to set everything up after lunch, so let's just plop these things around the bar.
I've got to go, Alex. Just do as I tell you.
It cost Dorian a small fortune to rent Georgios for the night.
Absolutely. Oh, and she could have had my palace restaurant for a song. We're dying for customers.
Is Georgios eating into your business?
Devouring it. Boy, I'd like to do something and shut this place down. But, hey, it's a happy occasion. No more about me. Are you okay?
No, I just have a headache.
Why don't you go home, take a nap?
Oh, come on, I can't do that. I'd leave you with all these preparations. No.
Me? No. I'm handing the whole thing over to Dorian, and then I'm going back to the hotel and change myself. I'll come by Landfair, pick you up. We'll be back here in no time.
You talked me into it. As always. I don't know what I would do without you, Renee.
Me neither. And I feel the same way, honey. Good. Go on, have a good nap.
Vicky, we keep running into each other. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were following me.
I just stopped by with Renee to drop some things off, that's all. I'm going home now.
Oh, there's Renee. Come on, Sloan. We have so much to do and so little time. Renee, darling.